For this example, or for this clip, we'll talk about rational exponents. This is just how we express functions raised to an exponent of a fraction in a radical form or in a root form. All that means is that if I have something raised to the half power, this is synonymous with taking the square root of something. And how if I raise anything to the cube power or the fourth power, this would be synonymous with taking the cube root of that thing or the fourth root of that thing. And that's all that really it has to be said about like rational exponents. Inequalities are how we compare one side of a function to the other side of a function when the sides are not equal or only equal sometimes. These are the symbols for all of the inequality functions. You've probably seen them and are probably already familiar with them, but just to remind you, you read this as a less than, you read this as greater than, because I'm thinking you read from left to right, typically. So if I have, 2, I'll say 2 is less than 3, which is true because 2 is less than 3 because 2 is on the left-hand side and 3 is on the greater hand side. I could write 3 is greater than 2, which also makes sense because 3 is on the left-hand side and 2 is on the right. So you read it from left to right once you know what the inside function is. Not equal doesn't come up that often. That's more of just a statement. If two things are not equal, then there's usually either something wrong or there's multiple solutions to the question. And then if you have the less than or greater than sign with a bar underneath it, that just means that it's less than or equal to, which means that like the function can sometimes equal each other, but most of the time is either less than or greater than. So that this becomes useful when you're doing domains for graphs and things like that. So for instance, like if I was saying like, what's the domain of something like that, knowing that it like stops right here, then I would say the domain is greater than or equal to domain. It's greater than or equal to 1 because it's all values from 1 going onward and being positive. So x value. So basically the domain is the x value is greater than or equal to 1.